Okay, apparently there was some latency issues, but they seem to be gone now. Not sure what happened. I don't even know if it was YouTube or it was me, but it's working now. But yeah, so as already said,
How can I help?
I'm absolutely not impressed by the new Gauntlet. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna push for 1 million, then I'm gonna do last Epoch. I'm done with this then. So this is really like, I thought they would at least come up with like something, but literally there's nothing. So really, really sad, but that it is what it is. I cannot change it now. So let's do 1 million and then let's call this. Shouldn't be too hard to do the million here, I guess. So maybe you would even wanna... No. So after this guy, you probably want to even go this way here and get this pillar. Kind of my assumption. Let's see. Latency is better. Still hitting like walls all the time. See where we're even going here. No clue whatsoever. Oh, missed the boss. Just way too exciting. I was so excited about this awesome content that I missed the boss. I guess that's what's happening. Wow, this map is annoying. I don't even know if I want to do the million. This rubber banding is like crazy. I don't even know where I'm going. Looks like this area is an important area for like mobs. Why is there no mobs? I just revived. Didn't it work? Oh, it was. Oh, it's not the revive. Annoying. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Let's restart. Let's just restart. It's worse than last, I feel like. They literally just did a new map, and I don't like this map at all. I like the last map more. This map is like so, you know, there's so many edges where, like, the last map at least was like a circle where you could go, but this one is like, I mean, you probably have to go like this zigzag style somehow, but it is like so, I don't know. I don't like this map at all, I have to say. I like the last one much more. I really like the last map much more than this one. Like these passes are like all so narrow. And they have like quite a bit of like rubber banding here. I don't know if it's like the Diablo servers, but I feel like it's pretty bad actually. So you probably have to go like this. What? I've been there already. I don't know, I feel like it's a difficult map and you don't have map overlay in this game, so it's all... even though, like, you know, it makes it even more hard to follow the map. Because, like, all these passes are like... well, you hit, like, these little edges all the time, which makes it hard to navigate. No, it was just garbage. Like, nothing in the caches at all. Just some, like, 925 rares and legendaries, not even uniques. So, absolutely useless, no materials, nothing. Just some random loot. Yeah, you have to port, like, to the bottom all the time, which I really don't like. Like, who's even supposed to memorize this map? The other map was, like, fairly easy to memorize. This one is even, like, way harder. I've been here before. I don't know. I feel like this is not it. This is not fun. I don't even want to play. Honestly. I'm leaving this. Not fun to me. But how do I even leave this stuff again? So really, it's no fun. Like, I don't want to continue. I'm sorry, but it's too bad. It is like really at this point, it is so bad it's not even playable. I mean, it is playable, but like I played the same stuff like 12 hours last week, and I'm really not gonna play it another like even like 1 hour this week because it's really literally just exactly the same than last week, but worse. So I guess it was a fair chance, but I guess that's it for like season 3. Not much more to say about this, other than you know, play a different game, I guess. I feel like this is also like the overall like consensus of this, the evolution of this game is, you probably don't want to like play it at all. So here's what we're gonna do. Bye bye. So let's go for. Let me just like change this stream description here and play a more interesting game. So sometimes you just gotta like, you gotta do what you gotta do. So let me see. Wait, I wanna like offline mode, right? This is my guy. Da, 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 da. What do we have here? I don't think it needs a total overhaul, honestly. I just think they need to stop doing stuff which nobody cares about. And I mean, at this point, they just want to sell expansion. Like, that's what they want to do. It's like their primary goal, just sell the expansion and call it a day. And you notice that, right? So you have the week 1 Gauntlet, and, it's okay, right? It's okay. You can play it for a couple of hours, but that is it. And then they give you week 2 Gauntlet, and it's literally 0 changes. Nothing. It's exactly the same with a different map. So that is just a problem, right? At least, add a new shrine, or, maybe add like 15 chests, or maybe add like 15 bosses. Maybe, do a larger map, like do something different. But they place the exact same number of monster packs, exact same number of bosses, exact same number of shrines, exact same number of chests, and that is just ridiculous. Like, just don't do it at all. Like, why even do it in the first place? Like, do you really think anybody cares that there's going to be a different map? Like literally, I don't. So, but yeah, I wanted to play Last Epoch anyway, so whatever. Because this game you can craft, and you know what? Crafting is fun. So let's do some crafting here. So what was I gonna do? I was gonna... let me just see. So I wanted to make a new shield. So look how good this game is. Like, you can actually craft. So what does my shield actually do? It just does some armor, right? So what do I have here? Block effectiveness. Auras. This one is good health. And this one has good armor, I guess. And endurance. I guess we start with this one. So here's the cool stuff you can do in Last Epoch, right? So you can, first of all, you have like meaningful crafting. And you can seal stuff. So if you want to get rid of a mod, well, basically, so I have 4 mods on here right now, right? And the only one I really care about is the tier 6 healths. So what I can do now is I can add a glyph of removal. And you won't know, I can just gamble for removing 1 stat here. Because I really don't want to spend like big resources on this piece here. So I'm just going to remove 1 stat and I just hope I will not hit this one here. Well, so I remove this one. And now we can put like actually a full stat on here. What we can even do, we can probably put... I don't even know what to put on there. I can do weight resistance. So we can do melee damage, physical damage, mini health damage. So I actually don't need any of these. I could do like the increased healing effectiveness, which I just removed. But it looks like shields are like, you know... Why you got confused? Like, this game is so simple, I feel like. I don't even know why I removed the stat, honestly, but let's just... Well, like, shields don't really have anything useful. Block chance, I guess, is good. So let's put block chance on here. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is block chance. I think we don't even need to upgrade. We need to upgrade block chance. Or do we update? Well, let's just upgrade it once and see what it does. Okay, it actually gives like some points. So let's just update this because I really want the shield just for the healths. So, you know what? I'm just upgrading this block chance now. And, you know, this is much better than my old shield. This is like already good. Just put these away. And chest piece. So what does my chest piece do? Increased mana, which I don't need. Increased mana region, which I don't need. It does increased health. And I have like, again, like a big health one here. And I have a 12%. So I have these two basically, which are like promising. This one has pretty like terrible like side stats on it. And this one has pretty terrible base armor. Oh wait, there's more here. Okay. So this one is pretty good, actually. This one's not so good. This one has 35% increased health, but this one has a good base armor, and I cannot wear it. Needs level 86. So let's just start with this one here, I feel like. Because mine does only do mana regeneration, which I don't need. So I guess we can just put health percent on here. Can we put it on there? So you cannot put health percent. Oh, you can. That's a suffix. So I have to remove 1 suffix. So same story. I want to remove 1 suffix here, and I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna add like the removal. And just hope I can hit this, because I really don't want to spend like important stuff on this piece, which is pretty bad actually. So let's see. Let's do another one. Alright, so it's bricked. Throw it away. So do we have another one? This one is... well, it doesn't have any armor, so I'm just gonna wait, I guess, with this one. And this one I'm not gonna change. Amulets, I'm also not gonna change at this point, I feel like. Well, it has 111% increased lightning damage though, which is not bad. While mine pretty much just has some mana regeneration, so I mean this could be like an interesting crafting base here. So we want to keep the tier 6 lightning damage, we want to keep the healths. Actually, I think we can just, you know, use it like it is, honestly. I'm just gonna upgrade the healths here. Wait, what? Oh, it's tier 5. So, increase healing effectiveness, why not? I mean, we could actually seal this and put something else on it. Let's see how many of these I have. What is it? Glyph. So I have 3 Glyph of Despair. So I guess it's okay for this item. Let's just seal this one here. Or, well, we try to seal this one, right? So now we sealed it. We have an open FX slot. And now we can put something else on here. Which I don't even know what. Critical Strike Multiplier sounds good. Spell crit chance is also good, I guess. Spell damage is also good. Like, there's so much stuff we can put on there. So amulets, you can really put a lot of stuff in on there. But I guess I'm just gonna go with damage now. With spell damage. Right, tier 5. So look at this item getting like pretty nice actually. Well, at this point we can still get more throwing attack speed on this. So what you can do is you can use the what is it? Rune of Shaping here. So if we want to have more throwing attack speed than 9%, we can use Rune of Shaping and we can re-roll the implicits. So you see now we actually have less, it's 8. So now we have 6. Well, now we have 11, so that's okay. So we are out of forging potential. This item is pretty much better than the one I had before. And pretty cool. Like, I like crafting in this game. Let me just keep this still for like whatever reason. So is there something else we want to craft at this point? Probably not. We could try to do like new boots. But I feel like my boots are... Well, what are they actually doing? Like nothing but movement speed. So we could also craft these. So we have tier 6 movement speed, which is really good. We already have health. So what can we actually add here? We could add attunement, dexterity, intelligence, strength, vitality. Well, I guess we need spell, scaling tags, smite. So we want to look what smite actually scales with. How to do that? Smite is attunement. So we want to like get attunement here. Right, attunement. And we use the Glyph of Hope. Add attunement. And let's upgrade the health first. And now let's upgrade the attunement. I don't care about dodge rating. So we could upgrade the implicits. So it has already perfect movement speed. So let's just keep these. Pretty good. Also keep these. Okay, so let's see. Defenses still looking pretty good. These gloves are like amazing I have here. They can still be, like they're not even legendary, but we have like tier 5 throwing attack speed, tier 5 elemental, tier 5 fire, tier 3 seal crit chance. So these are like really extremely good, I feel like. And I cannot really do anything with them anymore other than, you know, upgrading attunement, which, you know, I can just do because it doesn't matter at this point. It gives me extra damage. And then, I think I still have rings, but I don't have any ring to craft here, and I have belts. So my belts really just gives me, you know, health, that is it. And we have like these two here. This has like hybrid health, and this has some health. So I think I'm not gonna change my belt at this point. Maybe I can still craft something on this. So I could... No, I can't even do anything. I could seal the physical damage here, but I'm not gonna do it. So about the rings, this ring here, I want to seal something, Because this doesn't have throwing attack speed. So, so throwing attack speed is very important prefix, and I don't have it on here. So what I want to do is I want to seal the lightning damage to get throwing attack speed on here, right? So this is a really good piece, because this gives -4 attack mana cost, which really, it matters a lot. So I want to seal this lightning damage here. Let's see. So we want to do Glyph of Despair on this, and we want to try to seal this here. And we missed it. So we could try it again now, but it's pretty unlikely. But, you know, I might just well go for it, right? Oh, so we just sealed the tier 3 lightning damage, which is like really, really good. And now we can put our throwing attack speed on here. With Glyph of Hope. And let's add it. And let's upgrade it. So we could even get it to like a full tier 5 throwing attack speed. Like this is like such an amazing item now. And we can still like do physical resistance and poison resistance. So we need poison. So let's give it some more poison resistance here. Nice. So look at this bad boy. See, like this is why like crafting in Last Epoch is like so cool, because you know you don't really have to know shit about it. Like it's super easy to understand actually. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with this helmet, to be quite honest. Like I don't really care. But I guess, you know, this is like pretty good right now. Like I don't really have any gear I want to upgrade at this point. This one still has like some forging potential here, but really don't need to do anything on this. This is like a terrible base, by the way. With health and health regeneration. But, you know, who cares? And that was the gear I wanted to upgrade. Well, actually I have 2 more helmets here. So this is a pretty good helmet. And this one just gives me like flat mana. So this is, and a little bit of health. So I feel like this is a good crafting base as well. Why does it... Okay, so it has 2 mana stats. So the only thing we can do is really we can upgrade the mana on it. So we're gonna lose a little bit of health. I guess that's fine. Still gonna be better than mine. So I guess this is better than mine. Not like extremely much better, but you know, just use it for now. Right, let's go. Empowered monoliths. I don't think I can make a better weapon at this point. I mean, I could like upgrade this lightning penetration here. Let's see what weapons do we have available. So what do we have? We have, in this one, we have a total of, what is this? 57 flat spell and 150 spell. This one has more flat spell, but it has random stats which I don't need. So we could try to remove some of these to make this good. This one does elemental damage. This is not good. And this one gets lightning damage, stun chance. This is also not so good, I feel like. So this one is like good if we can get a good removal on it. So let's see. So we wanna well, we would probably want to seal this one here, by the way, but I don't even think it's worse. Like, I'm not gonna brick this one. Well, whatever, let's just brick this one, right? Who cares? Okay, so that was already one which I didn't want to get, but what can we put on here? So crit multi I just removed basically. We could put cast speed, which we don't need. Crit chance. We could do spell damage. And mana regeneration. Maybe we just do spell damage here. Is it gonna be better than mine though? I mean, mine does literally nothing, so why not? Let's go for spell damage and let's go for the upgrade here. So we have, well, this is a good like 250%. So this is like, you know, a good 100% more than this one he had. So I feel like that's alright. That's good enough for a craft, I feel like. So let's try these empowered monoliths now. I don't even remember how to play, but I think it's pretty easy. Yeah, I just have to press one button, like, I can handle that. So I wanted to start these now, because you have to go here, right? So I don't know how hard this is gonna be, honestly. We'll see. I mean, I'm just level 82, so... But I feel like I could do good damage. Okay, Timelets empowered. Okay, so now they're just all level 100 and we can redo them, right? Yes. Let's start with the... Well, they said we only have to do these 3, but I don't really care. Okay, so you can do them at level 90 and level 100. No, you can do them level 100 and they're empowered. So let's start with the first one, though. So let's see how bad this is going to be. So we want to do empowered, right? And I just feel like this is much more interesting than the Gauntlet. I'm like really sorry that I had to stop this stream, like, but you know, it wasn't working out for me. Like, oh, wow, these two actually do a lot of damage in empowered. So I guess I need some more defenses here, but let's try first to get going and moving. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be doing these on level 82. Maybe I should do like some more leveling. But we will see. My damage is good enough though. I don't remember how I was playing this. I think I was moving like the regular way. I guess it still works if you, as long as you keep attacking, because I have a very high life leech. But I removed some mana rack on my gear, so I can get out of mana now. I wonder if these are like more rewarding than the regular ones. Might have to switch one mana regeneration item back. There was actually like, I could have put mana regeneration on my weapon there. Maybe I should do this. So I removed mana regeneration on... I think I removed it on my
Yes, take care.
on my weapon. No, I didn't remove, but I have like this does it still have forging potential? So it has forging potential, so I could remove like the try to remove but it doesn't even matter. Like I cannot remove one of these. They are too good. So let's not do this. Well, let's just live without the mana regeneration from now. I feel like I had it on my amulet. But amulet is just temporary because I want to get a unique amulet there. So yeah. Let's just do these monoliths here. I wonder if I can wear these items which are dropping here at all. Because I'm like 20 levels below. So as long as I keep throwing hammers, I'm not gonna die. Oh, this is like kind of a boss. I don't even know what's going on here. I guess I won. Let's see. Sad dagger. So can I wear this stuff? I guess I can, right? Yeah. Okay, that's cool. How do I remove this chat here? Honestly, it's unfortunate, but this game is just better than D4, period. Not from the mechanics. Like, the mechanics in D4 are better. But, I don't know, I just feel like tempted to playing like the Gauntlet in D4, and it's just so bad that I feel like it's just wasting my time. And I really don't want to do that. And I don't think it's interesting to watch at all. Like, you know, you saw it all last week. Like, literally, it's exactly the same thing. Just the maps look a little bit different, but no changes. So I really don't want to play it anymore. I will probably make like a season recap video on D4. Like, you know, just, you know, giving my opinion, my thoughts about game, the gauntlets and everything. And but yeah, then I'm just gonna quit the season. Which is like, you know, it's exactly the same like last season with the AOZ. Like, it was exactly the same for me. I didn't want to do it. And I already suspected that this is gonna happen, but you know, it is what it is. Need to get some more mana regeneration. But I will fix it with the next round of crafting. Well, you don't want to go into the sandstorm. Like, it really hurts like crazy. I feel like you got your third Shaco. Well, if you get one more, you can exchange it for a different Uber unique. Are you excited? What is this unique set of? What do you want to? I don't need a bow or quiver. What is this? So they said I'm like I should already get like the XP tomes at this point, which is probably a good idea actually. So in this season I think I did like 100 Durails or something. I got an Andy phase and then I got the Shaco, and I'm so happy with it that I never have to play it again. I don't have Starless guys, which I would need to play like a Blizzard Gauntlet build or whatever. But I really just feel like the content is not enjoyable enough for me to play it. So it's just not for me. Like, I feel like farming has to be like some kind of meaningful, and a Duriel is definitely not for me. Like, it's too easy. It's like too repetitive. Like, it tempts me to go through all these rares and legendary items I don't want to see, and I feel like this is not like a healthy state of the game. So even though if they might fix it in Season 4, which I don't even think they will, I mean, I do not give up hope. I feel like the game is probably gonna get good with the expansion. But it's just like, I don't want to farm Uber Uniques for... How many hours did you spend? Like, be honest, like 40 hours? Did you spend 40 hours on farming all Uber Uniques or something like that? Maybe 30 hours? So it's definitely like a lot of hours farming, and there's literally nothing else which can drop for you, right? Okay, you get like the other uniques with the better rolls, obviously. But I just feel like it's not so interesting because, you know, I cannot really find a good rare. I cannot really find a good, like, unique. It's all just about those Uber uniques, which are gonna be gone within, like, what is it, like the next month or so. So, I don't know. I really don't feel like... Oh, wow, 80 hours, like, that's crazy. Like, how do you do it? And where do you get the mats? Do you RMT the mats? Or do you really like trade items and stuff like that to like buy all those Duriel runs? Because most players are just RMTing the gold for Duriel runs, really. So you actually farmed like 80 hours worth of Duriel runs? Oh wow. You know, respect for like that endurance. So, I farmed like this season I probably did like about 2 or 3 hours of Helltides in total, just to get the materials to do like the enchantments on my gear. Oh my god, yeah. So really, I did 2 hours of Helltide farming, and then at the very beginning I got a lot of gold because I was like basically world first tier 100, and I had a lot of those dungeon materials which I sold for like a very high price. And then I was able to buy like quite a few of Duriel runs, and I also bought all the runs for what is it called, Malphas or something like that. I need to fix my mana here. So I really didn't like spend more than like, you know, maybe 4 hours farming Helltides and stuff. And I was already dying. Like, it was like already way too much for me because it's just like so mindless. Like, it is... I don't know. I just feel like I just like don't enjoy it at all. It is like so boring. I don't want to do it. So probably next season I'm not even gonna farm Uber Uniques at all unless they do like really a major change in itemization. I'm probably just gonna skip it entirely. Like, look at this charge, right? This is charge. Not like this bullshit charge from D4. But yeah, I mean, you know, if you're being honest to yourself, did you enjoy doing that? Like, at all? Or, like, did you just do it because, you know, you were like, okay, I kind of have to do it, and, you know, there's nothing else I can do anyway? Like, did you even get excited when, like, the Uber Uniques dropped? Or was it like, yeah, you know, it had to happen? I need to fix my mana. This is, like, annoying. I can just switch one of my old mana regeneration items back, actually. So, what I'm saying is, I think, you know, D4 is gonna be a good game at some point, but it is definitely not right now. So, I feel like I already spent, like, way too much time in this season. And I wanted to get out, but I wanted to try the Gauntlet, and that was really just the only thing which was keeping me in there was, like, you know, let's try the Gauntlet, let's see if it's any good, and if it's not any good, we call it a day, and that's exactly what I'm doing now. It's not any good, so we call it a day. Mana regeneration, right? So, what did I remove? I just removed the amulet with mana regeneration here. Right? Yes. So that might be it already. Like this little bit of mana regeneration on the amulet. Let's just change it. We just do a little bit of less damage. That's not going to be a huge deal. Yeah, change boots, which had no mana regeneration. Stuff had no mana regeneration. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, my problem is, I don't even wanna, like, I mean, obviously it's, like, good if the Uber Uniques drop, right? But for me, like, it is nothing new anymore. Like, I already had these items before, and, so it's more like, okay, I have to farm them so I can play a certain build. And it doesn't even enable a certain build, right? So it's not even like you're gonna get excited, yeah, nice, now I have an Uber Unique, now I can play build XYZ. It is, okay, now my build XYZ does like 20% more damage. So basically Uber Uniques at this point, they are just a stat stick, giving you like a little bit more damage. And you know, maybe Starless Skies is giving you a little bit more, you know, more mana sustain, but you can fix your mana without. So it's basically also just like a stat stick, giving you like some extra damage. And that is just what I don't like about the Uber Uniques, because like now, like in last Epoch, I can find like an extremely good item, right? Which is a upgrade for me, like a very big upgrade. And for the Uber Uniques, I feel like it's not a very big upgrade. You're just gonna do a little bit more damage, but that's going to be it. And it's all the time the same as well, so... And that's why I really hope they do, like, decent changes in Season 4 with the itemization update. But I feel like it's not going to be major. So, they will probably do, like, a good chunk of itemization updates and, you know, mechanic updates when the expansion launches. But, you know, I'm pretty sure Season 4 is just gonna shift some stats around. I don't think they're gonna add crafting. I don't think they're gonna add anything like special. They're just gonna change some stats, and that's going to be it. And that's why I'm honestly not overly excited about that at all. You know, I would love to be wrong, but I don't think I will be wrong, honestly. Oh, by the way, I wanted to use the Runes of Ascendance on amulets, because I think I can do that at any time, because there's a ridiculously strong amulet for me, but I will do that in a different session, I guess. What is this? Shards? We don't want shards. We want XP. So I really hope I'm gonna be wrong, but you know, I'm probably not gonna be wrong. Oh, look at this guy. Yeah, it should be like, it's probably gonna come for Christmas, like the expansion. And then it really like comes down to is it really a big expansion, right? Because, you know, like for Diablo 2, the Diablo 2 expansion was massive, right? Diablo 3 expansion was not so massive, but it was good. Like, and now if they just add the expansion, which basically doesn't change the fundamentals of the game at all, so, you know, unless they're gonna add, for example, let's say they're gonna add like a completely new major crafting system in the expansion. And then on top of that, they're gonna add like something with, you know, a bunch of new sets and legendary aspects. So let's say they add like really a bunch of stuff in the expansion. Then there's a shot that this game is gonna be great. If they don't add a bunch of stuff in the extension, if they just make it basically $100 season, then, you know, I think people are gonna leave, like, I'm gonna lose trust in it. And, you know, we will have Path of Exile 2 beta, we have Last Epoch, there's going to be, like, no rest for the wicked. Like, there's going to be so many, like, games this year. And even though, like, you know, in this genre, you typically want to blast one game only, I feel like it is shifting if your game isn't good enough. Like, you understand what I mean? Like, I would like to play Diablo right now, but, you know, there's nothing in the game for me to play. Like, it's just not exciting for me. You know, I played way too much of the Gauntlet already, and I don't want to replay it because it is literally the same all over again. Well, there's going to be a Diablo 4 PTR, but it's not there yet. So, Season 4 is gonna launch in, what is it? 1 month and 4 days, right? And they're gonna say the Season 4 is so massive, so we add a PTR. And so you can test this stuff. But where is the PTR? It's not there yet. So the patch is gonna, like, the season is gonna start in 1 month from now. And there's no PTR, so what's the point? Like, they're not gonna fix anything. Like, if the PTR launches in 2 weeks, like, you think they're gonna fix stuff in, like, 2 weeks? Like, no way they do it. Like, it's already too late. The PTR would already have to be out for, like, a month now. It should have been launched, like, a month ago. Like, it's already way too late. Like, you know, we have to level the characters to 100, then we have to, you know, check out the builds and everything and find the bugs. That's gonna take at least, you know, 2 weeks or something like that. So then if it launches in 2 weeks, then what? Are we gonna report the bugs right when the season launches? So I kind of don't understand, like, why, like, the PDR is, like, so late. It doesn't make any sense to me. It would have made sense if we say, okay, the season is gonna be delayed for, like, 1 month, and now you're gonna get the PDR to test everything. That would have made sense, but, you know, this way? No, not at all. Look at this beautiful stash where I can, like, put all the stuff I want. I want to check my rings here. Poison damage. Oh, there's like ring belts. Experimental ones. Let's go for this. I want to have a shield. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, maybe we get it like, even if we get it like 3 weeks before the season, you know, what's the only thing what it's gonna do is, you know, content creators will play it and already make the build guides in advance of the season, which I think is actually not beneficial to the game, which I think it's negative. Because, you know what, I want to, like, explore that stuff when the season begins. I don't want to explore it, like, you know, 2 weeks in advance. So I feel like the PTR is not even a win. I feel like it's a loss. Because it doesn't help us if we find the bugs, because they're not going to fix it. So the only thing it gives us is a preview for the season. And I don't want to have a preview for the season. What's the whole point? Like, it is a season because it's a fresh start. So what's the point if I can try the fresh starts 2 weeks in advance? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm like seeing it wrong, but at least to me, it is like it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Well, I mean, they are not caring about bugs right now, so why would they care? Like, the people are reporting the bugs, but they are not fixing them. So, what is going to be the difference if they put up a PTR and they are not fixing the bugs? Like, there's really no difference to whatever is happening now. So, like, for example, like when they were putting up the PTRs for the World of Warcraft expansions and stuff like that, they were putting them up like so far in advance, like months and months in advance, right? This is like a huge monolith here. I still need more mana. Makes me sad. I mean, they fixed a couple of bugs, like here and there. But, you know, for example, like on Sorceress before, like there's bugs which have been in since day one. And like major bugs since day one. And they don't get fixed. Like Asus Ferocity and stuff like that. Well, they did a good job with World of Warcraft. This, whatever it is. They did a great job. Also, like the new Classic and, you know, Season of Discovery, Classic Hardcore and stuff like that. These are all like pretty good games actually to play. So I feel like they did a good job there. I mean, I played a lot of World of Warcraft Classic. I mean, I stopped like playing the original World of Warcraft at the end of Wrath of the Lich King. And yeah, I played a lot of Classic. I didn't get into like the Season of Discovery stuff, and I just don't have enough time. And but I mean, it was a good game. And you know why it was a good game? Because the devs cared about the game, and also it didn't have so many bugs. And also because it has a monthly fee, right? Because you notice if a game has a monthly fee like World of Warcraft, they are bringing content, and the content is usually good. I know there's a lot of discussions that the World of Warcraft expansions are getting worse and worse, you know, it's fine. But at least, you know, they bring a lot of content, and the content is good, it is tested, it doesn't have a lot of bugs. Obviously it has bugs, always happens, but, you know, the content is in general good. But that's because they get a monthly fee for it. Like, for Diablo, you know, they don't get anything on a monthly base, so they just want to sell it. So why do they launch this season? The only reason is they want to sell the battle pass. And they do the absolute minimum to keep players around. And to basically sell them the expansion when it launches. Right? So and I feel like that's not a good way to do it. Because if you launch a season and you know, alright, you know, people are gonna play like this season, like imagine there wouldn't be the Gauntlet in this season, you would have been done with the season week 2. Right? Nothing more to do. Like there's literally nothing. Week 2, season over. It like in playtime maybe, what is it, like 40 hours? Not even 40 hours, maybe even like less, honestly. So you would be done with the season if you only play one character. But you know, most players actually only play one character in these games. Unless you're like obviously super blasting and like a paid streamer or anything. But usually most people will only play one character. So you have like 20 hours of content or something like that. Or maybe 30 hours of content max, and that's going to be it. So, if you like, for example, do a Path of Exile season, right? You have like hundreds and hundreds of hours until you reach peak. And then even if you reach peaks, if you want, you can blast for hours and hours and hours, and you will always have something to do. And I just feel like it's poor launching a season just for the reason to, you know, get some player numbers and, you know, keeping people like partially around because you want to sell them an expansion later this year. That is, I just feel like that is not the right way to sell a game. That's not the right way to sell a service. And especially because, you know, there's other games popping out everywhere at this point. Like, the entry barrier to create a game is like so much lower than it had been like back in the days where Blizzard was shining. Right now, like, you can like take, you know, you can like take 30-40 people, maybe take a little bit of money or whatever, and you can make a good game. You can even like, you know, do like solo, like you can create a good game solo. You just need, you know, whatever, like make it 100 grand or something like that. You just buy like Unreal Engine or Unity Engine, you know, buy some assets, you know, if you know a little bit of programming, give yourself like a year of time and you can make a good game. Like, literally, if you know what you're doing, you can do it. And that's alone, right? So there's not so much like, you know, what do you say, like, there's not so much of like the monopoly which Blizzard has in like making good games in the genre anymore. It is actually the opposite. Like, you notice Blizzard is not making the game for like the core gamers anymore. You notice Blizzard is making the game to just sell it one time and, you know, take the money, call it a day, and that is exactly the strategy with the yearly expansion, right? They just want to sell the game again every year, period. They don't care how good the game is, they just want to resell it. And people are going to buy the expansion, right? You are going to buy the expansion. No matter how bad it is, you will still buy it. Unless you would be like completely moving over to a different game. So if there would be a completely different game you're playing and you say, you know what, this game is just better than before, you know, I'm going to play this game. But if there is no game where you say, you know, it is much better, then you will stay with the game and pay their money. And they don't have to do a lot. Like, apparently, you see they don't have to do a lot. I mean, honestly, like, player numbers on D4, like, are like, extremely low. I think it's like, completely ridiculous how low player numbers on D4 are if you compare it to, like, the budget of development, right? So there's the player numbers, like, I don't know if there's not official player numbers, but, you know, if you look like the Twitch numbers and everything, like how terrible they are for like a game which has, you know, pulled in like millions and millions of dollars, like that is actually like so terrible. Like, the game is like extremely underperforming and it only is like, you know, good in the market because of its initial sales. And obviously because of people buying the battle passes. But besides that, the player numbers for the game are terrible. Yeah, I mean, Steam, like, not many players are playing it probably on Steam, because I would assume, like, you know, probably 90% of the players bought it before, and they're not gonna rebuy it on Steam, right? So I don't think it's an accurate number, but also I think it speaks for itself that, you know, even since they launched it on Steam, like, what is it? Like, I don't know, maybe like 4 months ago. So they launched the game 4 months ago on Steam. And in, like, since then, there's only like 2K players playing it on Steam, right? So that number is extremely low, even though, yes, 90% of the players bought the game and are not playing it on Steam. The number is still ridiculously low, right? If you think about wait, I just switched something. If you think about Steam, like, they wouldn't even care. Like, you know, do you think they care about a game which like 9K players are playing? This is like nothing. Like, that when it comes, like, you will get an accurate like result when the expansion comes, because, you know, you can buy the expansion on Steam, I would assume. I don't even know if you will be able to buy the expansion on Steam if you have the base game not on Steam. You probably will not be able to do that, but I'm not sure about that. But still, you gotta assume that player numbers of D4 are very, very low. Like, look, if you look at the Gauntlet leaderboards, like, you know, like the top 100 is like, you know, there's not much competition. Yes, there's a couple of like Chinese guys in like the top 10, but you know, it is not like there's millions and millions of players like, you know, going for those leaderboards. Like it's probably like in the, you know, maybe 10 to 20,000 range or something like that. Like it's ridiculous if you look at the lower scores. Like if you look at rank 1000, like it's down to like 500k points or so. Like that is like really nothing. So really, there's not even like, you know, a couple of thousand core gamers playing these leaderboards. And that is like, it's just mind-blowing how like low these numbers are. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you need the base game on Steam to buy the expansion, then, you know, people will obviously not buy the expansion on Steam. But yeah, I just like I'm just like surprised like how the player numbers on like a AAA game like this can be like so extremely low. Like there was times where D4 had like 10 viewers or something like that on Twitch, like 10. Like literally 10. So and they still like praise their game to like heaven. So and, you know, in the end, it is okay, right? It's okay for them to do that. But they just gotta advertise that this is a game for casual. So they just have to advertise D4 as a different kind of game, right? It should be advertised as a game for casual. They shouldn't even be, like, doing the whole endgame content. So why are they doing this whole endgame content right now? So they're basically putting in the very minimal effort to keep players around until they buy the expansion. That's their only goal at this point. They're not gonna make this endgame content so you can enjoy this game. They're just gonna make this endgame content so you have hope that the expansion is gonna fix it. Right? So they just want you to buy the expansion, and then the expansion will come out, and it's gonna be the same thing all over again. So you're gonna have the expansion, they're gonna add, and then they're gonna do, again, the minimal effort to keep players around. And then 1 year later, they will sell you the next expansion. That's basically their goal, and, you know, it totally makes sense from a financial point of view. But it's not good for the player, and I think it's not gonna pay off for them in the end. Because, you know, making an expansion for the game probably costs you like 10% of the money you spent to make the game. And even if, like, you know, 10% of the player base would buy it, which is like a total underestimation, there was probably like, you know, 50% of the player base at least will probably buy the expansion, maybe even more. So it's basically, it's like so much money for them. Like if 1 million people buy the $30 expansion, you know, they just made like, you know, 30 million bucks. And they probably spent like 5 in development of the expansion, if at all. There's probably like, you know, a couple of hundred people working on that, but, you know, there's gonna be more than 1 million buying the expansion. It's probably gonna be more like, you know, 10 million or something like that buying the expansion, and that's gonna be 300 million for them, and they really have to do minimal effort. And, you know, if that works out, then they're gonna do the same thing all over again next year. Because, you know what? If you can spend like a little bit of work to make a huge profit, then, you know, you're gonna do it again. So why would they put more effort in the game? Why would they even care about the player numbers or anything if we still buy it, right? But you're not gonna skip the expansion because you don't want to miss out on it. it doesn't even matter how good or bad it is. You will still buy it. And that's like, you know, for Blizzard, that's like pretty amazing. Like, I would be happy. But then again, there's like so many good games coming out this year and already out. Like, we're gonna have Path of Exile 2 beta. Oh, look at this. Unique amulets. But not the one I want. Why do I get 3 times the same garbage? So again, there's like PoE 2 beta. There's Last Epoch, which, you know, is super awesome game. And there's gonna be more games. And I feel like, you know, they should probably just let go on it, or they should really spend the effort to make this game, like, make an expansion to make this game basically great. If they spend the effort to make this game great with an expansion, if you really see, alright, there was like, you know, a couple of thousand people working on this expansion, you really see like this expansion really changes a lot, like it is a major improvement to the game, you know, then why not, right? But if you will get the expansion and you see, yeah, alright, this is alright, this is like a bigger season or something like that, you know, we paid like $40 or $50, maybe even $60 for it, you will be like, well, you know, whatever. But that's not gonna skyrocket the game, and I don't think people are gonna do it then again next year. Because there's other games going to be taken over. And then, you know, Blizzard will just say, you know what? Let's cut our losses. Get like a, whatever, like 30 people development team or whatever they have on D3 and D2 Resurrected, like a small development team. Just keep the game alive and, you know, call it a day. I really think like the glory days of Blizzards are like just over. Like the trust from the community is not there anymore. They still have good games, like the World of Warcraft franchise is like still great, and I think that is something they should build on. But I feel like they screwed the Diablo franchise. Like there's like so many like core gamers disappointed, and this game has never been for casuals. This game has always been for core gamers. And even it's like, I feel like even it's not good for casuals. Like if you, for example, compare the D4 campaign to like the D2 campaign, like the D2 campaign was like so much more amazing for casual gamers. And also the Diablo 3 campaign was so much better for casual gamers. The Diablo 4 campaign is completely terrible for casual gamers because you don't have the difficulty progression. You just walk through the campaign and it's freaking easy. Like every, like, you know, 3-year-old kid can finish this Diablo 4 campaign on an iPhone. It's like so easy. It's not challenging at all. And with the other titles, they at least had the difficulty levels, right? You would do the, you know, take D2 or D3. You would do the campaign on normal on your first run, and you would, yeah, you know what? This was cool. You got like level 40 and some items, and then you will do it again on the higher difficulty, and then you will go Nightmare, and they will be like, oh, wait a second, like, did stuff just actually kill me here? And then you notice, alright, this is getting more difficult, and then you're getting challenged, right? And then you'll be like, okay, I just got challenged, let's try finishing Nightmare. And you know, if you're like a casual, finishing Diablo 2 or Diablo 3 in Nightmare is actually not so easy. But you know what? It is challenging and definitely not an issue. Like, you will get it done. But you might think about, do I have to like farm a little bit of gear maybe? You know, will I like, you know, check the internet for this little rune word saying here, which is gonna help me or something like that. So that is actually an amazing experience when playing it. And D4 doesn't have this. D4 is just, you know, you walk through the campaign and done. Like, that's it. It's, how many hours is it? Like, maybe like 6 or 8 hours campaign. I don't think it was much more, honestly. And also the whole open world, like it's all like pretty boring actually. And I feel like, you know, it was way more enjoyable replaying the campaigns with the higher difficulty levels before reaching endgame then what they basically do, well, you just play the campaign once, and then you get whatever we call endgame. So I just feel like it's not even good for casual. Like, if I would, like, you know, if I would, like, somebody who would say, oh, I want to try, like, some game, and, you know, I only have, like, you know, 5 hours a week, like, what game would you recommend? I would be like, you know, did you play Diablo 2 before? And he was like, no, I didn't play Diablo 2. Well, I would recommend you, like, you know, get yourself, like, Diablo 2 Resurrected. It has an awesome campaign. It's fun. It has good progression. And you know what? Whenever you, like, feel like you don't want to do it anymore, so if you reach, like, you know, hell difficulty and you be like, you know what? I don't have enough time for this. This is not challenging enough. You know what? You just stop. But you had a great time going there. And as soon as you, like, enter Diablo 4 endgame, you're basically screwed. Because, you know what, you're not gonna have a good time no matter what you do. Oh, nice arena. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like they did, like, so many mistakes on D4, like... I can't even express, like, how bad I feel like it is. Look at this hammer then. This is, like, so awesome. But, you know, I still have hope that they will fix it with the expansion. I have hopes that they add, like, stuff to farm. I hope that they add, like, a crafting system which is meaningful. I hope that they add, like, some valuable endgame content which is meaningful. You know, it might happen. Like, nobody knows at this point. But if it's just gonna be a mini expansion, which is just for, like, making the sale, then the other games are gonna take over, at least for, like, the core gamers, right? You know, obviously there's, like, a couple of streamers left on D4, but, you know, it's honestly not even so many. Like, it's like 3 people or something like that. Like, it's not like, you know, everybody is blasting. Like, absolutely not. Like, it's actually the exact opposite. Like, there's maybe, like, 2 or 3 big streamers and that's it. And they are not even big. They're, like, medium big, I would say. And they're already leaving it. Like, it's funny how they say, you know, I just played this Diablo 4 and, yeah, nah, I'm just gonna do another game again. And that, I feel like, pretty much shows you the state of the game. What? Why does it drop stuff which is not for my class? This is, like, so mean. I specifically did this monolith so I could get a unique item and I don't get one. I feel like betrayed. Last Epoch bad. Alright, let's see if we can actually finish this. Wait, where I click this? So let's see if we can finish this select quest. How does it work? Optional quest. I have not played this, but I think I can enter this echo. I think the boss is just gonna, like, kill me. Like, it's straight gonna, like, rip me. Oh, doesn't it? Why doesn't it take damage? Oh, I have to kill the soul vessels. I understand. Look at this charge. This is like next level charge, man. Oh wait, what? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I need to get out of here. Okay, I guess I can deal with this guy. My life leech is, like, superior. Oh, this actually... Oh! Okay. So much about my superior life leech. So wait, now I cannot pick up my unique items there, which drop from the prophecy? Oh, this is like so mean. This is like really not nice, I have to say. Oh, this was like 3 unique amulets. What? Now he's doing it like right at the beginning? Okay. Like, see this boss fight? Like, you know, it's already challenging. Like, did you see a challenging boss fight in D4? Okay, you have to like dodge these like flame rays, I guess. I have no clue what this boss is doing, but I'm getting damage. And I don't have health potions. Probably don't want to stand inside of these bubbles. Ah. Okay, I think I can deal with him. Dude, I feel strong. Like, I'm level 82. This is like a level 100 empowered monoliths boss. That's saying I'm just like... What is killing me here? Oh, you don't want to run in the blood thing, I believe. Right, let's kill him. Easy. I'm still like mad that I didn't get my whatever this doing. Alright, confirm. Okay. What do we get here? Increased experience, increased idle, increased rune drop. Well, let's go for increased experience, right? Wait, so I don't have to finish the entire timeline now? How do I get out of here? So, wait. Okay, I guess you don't have to finish all. I think, what, do you just have to finish one quest? This is like strange. So, let's just do one where I have like garbage, like this one, necrotic resistance. So I don't really know how it works, but I only did one quest. By stabilizing the timeline to this point, you will unlock a key moment in the timeline's history. Okay. Not sure what the difference is between the quests. But, maybe you only have to play the empowered timeline until you hit like the first quest. What are these guys doing? So it's just like a unique for another class again? No, this is... Why does it... Where do I... Okay, I can obviously wear... Apparently I can wear quivers. I'm a paladin. Why can I wear quivers? Can I play a paladin with a bow? What is that? A Boadin? I want to play a paladin with a bow. Hello, I have no mana. Please don't hit me. Stop hitting me already. Better. Can it be done? Nice. Like, is it worth it? Do you have time? I mean, I guess it depends. Like, from a payout perspective, like, on the money you make, I guess you gotta reach, like, about, like, probably, like, somewhere around 15k subs. You're gonna be, like, it's gonna start being worth it. If you can do Twitch and YouTube at the same time, and you can get the subs, because I cannot do both because my internet is too bad. I'm waiting for, like, fiber optics. If you can do both, you will probably, like, if you hit, like, 10k subs, it will make a little bit of sense financially. For me at this point, like, if I make a good video, like, on YouTube, which gets, like, you know, 50k views or something like that, that's gonna net like 150 bucks. Right? So, I mean, I'm not doing this full time, obviously, and I'm not spamming videos. But that's like the range with, like, you know, 5k followers. So, you know, you could just say you get a little bit of money back, but it's, you know, you're not gonna make a living out of it. Oh, wow. Hello. I wanted these items, man. Can I get back into this? No, it's done, right? Yeah. So I don't think it's, like, from a financial perspective, you have to stick, like, with it for, like, I guess a little bit longer time, so it makes sense. But, you know, there's really no cons. If you have, like, the time, and if you, like, you know, like making the videos and stuff like that, you know, there's no really, like, no cons. Like, you don't have to pay anything, you know. It's just, like, you know, it takes time, and if you have, like, a regular job, you just cannot make, like, so many videos, right? So it takes time to make a video. If you want to make a good video, it takes, like, you know, a couple of hours. Like, making a good video takes probably at least, like, 3 or 4 hours without, like, the research and everything, and, like, the recording of the footage. So if you, like, have the time to spare, like, you know, it's fun. I feel like it's fun. And it's something you want to evolve on, right? Like, you know, in, like, a couple of years from now, you know, I might have, like, you know, whatever, like 50,000 subs, and I might actually make, like, you know, some good extra money out of it. Like, who knows? Maybe at some point I will stop and say, nah, you know, it's too much for me. I'm not gonna do it anymore. But I guess it also depends, like, you know, how good you can get into it. Like, you know, it can be much faster if you're doing, like, really good content, or if you're, like, really, you know, if you're lucky, if you get, like, quoted by Asmongold or something like that. But if you want to make a living out of this, I assume you will need at least 1.5 years, I would say, until you can actually, you know, so you have to invest 1.5 years basically of full-time content creation before you have enough like a reach and audience, so you could like think about making a living out of it. But if you don't actually want to make a living out of it, you know, nothing wrong about doing it. I also couldn't make a living out of it because I cannot like play for such extended periods of time. For me, like it's exhausting. Like I already like work on a computer all day, so I cannot really play for like, you know, I couldn't make like a 24-hour live stream, like not even remotely. I wouldn't even make like 12 hours probably. Like I couldn't do it. But if you have the time, you know, why not? Give it a go. If you have something to say. If you have like a good understanding of like the game you're playing and the content you make is actually relevant. Oh, did I just get the amulet I was searching for?
Stand down or die.
See. This is not the one, right? No. This is the one, right? No, it's also not the one. I get everything but not the one I want. Like, what I like about this game, you actually get materials which are useful. So even if you don't get any drops or anything, like you feel every like, you know, monolith you play is at least going to reward you with something useful and which is also gonna stay useful for the entire time. And that is like such a big W over Diablo 4. Because in Diablo 4 you literally get nothing. Well, yeah, I mean, you gotta, like, I mean, it takes time. Like, it gets more and more, right? But you also need the right timing. So, for example, if I make a video now, I get, like, no views at all. Like, I get, like, very, very little views right now because the audience for D4 is not there. Like, right now, like, there's no big audience for D4. And if, you know, if a season starts, right, I make, like, the first, like, 3 or 4 videos get more views than the entire rest of the season. So it is really important when. So for example, if like PoE 2 beta launches and you start making contents right when that launches, you will have a very, very good audience and there's a chance your 100 subs gonna become like 1,000 within like 4 or 5 days. Right? Because the YouTube algorithm will, well, obviously it will prefer like, you know, bigger creators. But if your video has like gets good view stats, like it will actually show your video to like a lot of viewers. Even if you only have like 1 sub, it doesn't matter. So if you get the right timing, then you can definitely, you know, start out like a good account. If you miss the right timing, if you make Diablo videos right now and you have 100 subs, you know what? You're probably gonna get like 100 to like 500 views, and that's going to be it. Because there's no audience for this game right now, like no bigger audience. You can also see it like with the bigger content creators, like they have like, you know, 200k subs and their videos like still don't get more than like, you know, 20k views or something like that, which is like literally nothing. It's not even worth their time. But since they are full-time content creators, you know, what else are they gonna do? But that is the thing. So there's gonna be always the start of a Diablo season. You're gonna get a good audience. And then, obviously when the Diablo expansion comes, there will be a good audience for videos. Like PoE 2 is probably gonna be hard because there's like, you know, there's a lot of content creators in PoE. Like way more than in Diablo. And PoE videos get way more views than Diablo videos also, right? So that's something to keep in mind, right? Like a PoE video at this point gets 10 times the views of a Diablo video just by its nature. Just because it's PoE, it gets significantly more views. The game just has a bigger viewership overall than Diablo. Diablo has a pretty small viewership actually compared to like PoE. And even Last Epoch right now has a way bigger viewership than Diablo 4. So this is just something to keep in mind before you decide to make Diablo 4 content, right? It is kind of, you know, strange, but it is like it is. Like that's the same like if you look at Twitch, right? You can look at Twitch numbers, and it's pretty much the same with YouTube, right? If a game has a lot of views on Twitch, it's gonna have a lot of views on YouTube. Period. And you know, PoE 2 is gonna be massive. Like PoE 2 beta is gonna have so many views. Like it's gonna like be like 50 times the viewership of Diablo when it launches, at least. Probably even 100 times. Because the game has like such a big player base. And also the player base is the player base which watches YouTube videos, right? So the player base of D4, like most of them, they don't watch videos. Like a lot of them are just console gamers. They're like chilling on their couch and not even watching guides or anything. For PoE, it's like completely different. Like I would say like probably like 80 to 90% of people who play PoE watch PoE videos. For Diablo, it's probably like 5 to 10% of people who play Diablo watch Diablo videos. So it's really like a completely different like state for content creation there. And also, content on Diablo is like worse. Like, you know, PoE content is like basically much better because there's so much more depth to the game, right? There's like so many different guides you can do. The season mechanics in PoE are huge. So when a new PoE season or league starts, there's going to be like massive content to create. There's going to be a lot of new builds. There's going to be new season mechanics. The old season mechanics have interactions with the new season mechanics and the new builds. So there's going to be a lot of changes. And the Diablo season, well, this season, what did it do? It basically added a couple of unique items, and that was all about it. Like, right, so there was like the new unique items. For me, it was the like the meteor like helmet. So I made like a, you know, I pushed tier 100 with meteor like on day 2, right? And then I made a meteor build guide which got like 100,000 views because it was the new item. It was the one new build for sorcerers basically, and then it was pretty much it. That was all the content which was there for sorcerers. And that's gonna be different on like a game of like PoE. Yeah, season 3 is basically like season, I don't even know, like it's season of one new unique item, basically. Like literally, like the construct doesn't matter at all. It just gives you like a buff if you have the Uber stones. This game's like kind of laggy right now, by the way. But there was nothing new but one unique item per class, and that's just not enough for a season. Like nobody cares about this seasonal questline and stuff like that. I mean, obviously people care, but you know, the core gamers don't care. It doesn't matter to us at all. And I honestly don't think it matters so much for the casuals. But I don't know, I really don't know like a casual gamer. I don't know anybody who would be like, you know, let's play Diablo 4 new season and let's go through this awesome 2-hour questline. Like, I just feel like the content is not relevant. At least for me, it's not relevant. And I feel like these quest lines are not interesting. They are not well designed or anything. And also they're like just too easy. They're way too easy. They're not challenging. And I don't like stuff which is not challenging at all. Right? What? Something is wrong here. I like these mobs with like the big stones. let's finish this. So I wonder if I can like finish this timeline now with just starting the first quest. But I don't know why the game is like so laggy. Maybe I should have to restart this. It's like pretty big lag at this point. Guess I will restart after this monoliths. Wait, I think it's getting better. Yeah, it is way too easy. Like, the game is, like, dirt easy. Like, with the barb, I don't think, like, you technically can even die. Like, I don't know if there's like, the theoretical possibility to even die on a barb. Okay, so now can I just quest echo? So if I do, okay. Ah, okay, it's the other way around. So this is like a random quest. But it's not the quest which is going to complete this timeline. But yeah, I mean, Diablo is too easy. And that's also a huge, like, for me it was a huge disappointment that the campaign doesn't have to be replayed, because I feel like the best part on like D2 and D3 was, you know, replaying the campaign in the increasing difficulty levels. I felt like that was the most enjoyable about these games, actually. And then after that, obviously, you get into like a farming state, but I really enjoyed replaying those campaigns. In D4, like, you know, well, I guess you can replay the campaign, like, but for what reason? Like, there's absolutely no reason to replay the campaign. And I feel like they should have, they shouldn't have done this. They should have, like, stick to, like, the original way Diablo games were built. That you have to replay the campaign. And that the campaign keeps increasing difficulty. And after you, like, beat the campaign in the highest difficulty, you can enter the end game. I felt like that is just, like, a way better system than we have now. See, you didn't even die on your barb because the game is too easy. Like, I play Sorc, I obviously die all the time because Sorc is, like, not very well designed in D4, I feel like. It's just missing too much of defensive layers. But yeah, I mean, I think they just really, like, they released the game a year too early. And that is just really what you feel. Like, it's basically a... So it's like an empty, like, you know, sandbox. I would call it, like, D4, like an empty sandbox. Like, the core game system is very good, right? The animations are great. Like, the movement and everything is great. Like, the physics. All these things are great, right? But the game is empty. So it's a great game, but empty. And they should have filled it with content and then released it. But they failed to deliver. And now they're trying to fix it. But in the meantime, they are, like, basically massively losing trust. The lag is back. I have to, like, restart this. Yes, like, crafting in Last Epoch is pretty easy, right? Like... Oh, will I die? No. So, crafting is super simple. I didn't slam yet because I was too lazy to do the dungeon. And I don't really have anything I want to slam yet. I mean, I have basically one unique, which is this one here, which I could slam, actually. But, yeah, I mean, I'm not doing it yet because I'm kind of, you know, still saving, like, my resources here. But crafting like in Last Epoch is like super easy. Like it's super intuitive. Like you don't even need a guide. Like you just understand it like right away if you like look at the crafting materials. Like the tooltips are all there. It is super easy. Like I crafted like pretty. I already have like. I feel like I have pretty amazing gear. Like I crafted all. That's also like one thing I really like about this game. Like all my gear is crafted. Literally every item is crafted. I made every item myself, right? And they are pretty good. I mean, they are not like top tier, but you know, I'm already level like 84 and my items are all like tier 5 and tier 6 already. Like I have good tier 5 and tier 6 affixes on all my items, even in this early stage of the game. And I know there's like, you know, still a lot of improvement to be done. But I'm already like at a great base, I feel like. And, you know, I'm only level 84 and I'm doing like the tier 100 monoliths without any problems. And, you know, I haven't researched if that's actually expected to be so, or if I'm like, you know, if I have good gear or not. You know, I don't know at this point. I don't want to like say anything which is just not true. Maybe it's like normal that you do these monoliths on this level. I don't really know. But it just feels good. And I have like so much room for improvement still with my items. I just gotta find good bases. And that is what I like so much more than in D4. Because in D4 you cannot find a good base. Like you find the 3 out of 4 item. And with good stats. And then you roll the 4 stats on it. Period. Like there's no excitement whatsoever. Like it's just gonna be the same base all over again. And in Last Epoch you have like tier 6 and tier 7 exalteds, which make like extremely good bases. And then the way you craft it, you know, you can brick your item and maybe you have like a chance, like if you want to do a certain craft, right? Let's say you have like a very good item, which has a tier 7 affix. And so the tier 7 affix, but there's 2 like terrible stats on it, right? So you can seal one of the terrible stats and you can go for removal on the other one. So basically you have a 50% chance of bricking the item and a 50% chance of making this item an incredible base. And I feel like this is like such a good system because you know what? The odds are not terrible, but it's also not 100%. So you know, you might need to find like 2, 3 or even maybe 4 good bases to craft your items. But it's still a very achievable goal, and it's a great way of progressing. And that's why I like what I like about the system, basically, right? So I'm not like mindlessly like searching for the perfect item. I'm just searching for like a decent base, and then I go from there. And you know what? If I remove my tier 6 affix in the and brick the item, then I'm just gonna retry with the next one, right? So. And, you know, then at some point I'm gonna hit it. And then I'm gonna be super happy about it. Because, you know what, I will be like, alright, I already bricked 3 items trying to craft this. But this is the 4th one now and it finally worked. And now I have an awesome item. And then you know what you did all the farming for, right? If I play D4 and I do all the farming for the Uber Uniques, I was like, oh yeah, well, I guess I found the Uber Unique now. And, okay, well... That's it. Who cares, actually? So, I mean, it comes down to, like an ARPG needs a crafting system. Without a crafting system, the game is going to be garbage. I mean, I am in Empowered Monoliths and I have prophecies. I can get new ones, actually. I just fulfilled a couple of them. But yeah, exactly. It's like a good risk-reward ratio. And, you know, I know there's, you know, for example, if you take Path of Exile crafting, right? There's like, you know, 1 in 100, stuff like that, right? So you have a 1 in 100 chance to like get something really awesome, which is also cool. But it's like, that is like so extreme late game. Only like a very, very little fraction of the players is going to be able to do it from a time investment point of view. And it's great to have something like that. But that is going to be very exhausting, right? I think I guess in last Epoch, like, there's stuff like that too. I haven't fully discovered it. But, like, if you look at my gear, like, I have pretty good pieces, right? For example, like, this wand has, like, you know, 250% spell damage. I know it has 2 garbage stats, but, you know, for the state where I am, it's, like, pretty good, right? So, like, I have this ring here, which is, like, you know, has, like, a -4 throwing attack mana cost, which is, like, completely kick-ass. And I just found it as a good base, and then I crafted, and it's, like, an awesome item, like, for my level. Like, these gloves, like, I crafted, they're not even, like, exalted, and they are, like, super good for my gear. Like, I have crit chance, I have, like, throwing attack speed, I have, like, you know, elemental resistances, I have attunement. Like, all these items are pretty cool, and it's, like, actually fun to craft them. And that's what I like about, like, the game. And, you know, I could get much better stuff, obviously, but, you know, I like to, like, you know, collect my items and then, you know, do, like, a bigger crafting session. I don't want to do it, like, all the time. I just want to do it, like, in one big batch, basically. But yeah, I could actually go here again. I have, like, a good favor here. And also, like, the prophecies is a pretty cool system, actually. Because, you know, like, the bar fills, it doesn't fill too fast, and then, you know, you can just, you know, do a couple of these here. And get some cool stuff. So you'd be like, oh, alright, monoliths, 2 unique amulets, sounds good, right? Let's go. Because I want to have, like, a special unique amulet, so I'm just gonna get this. See what we have here. Exalted relics, exalted ring. Ending the storm timeline. I don't even know what it means, but I'm just gonna pick it. So I feel like the prophecy system is pretty cool. I mean, I like it. It's a good system. So I definitely, like, I want to have unique amulets. Because there's, like, an amulet which gives me, like, so much more damage if I get it. So I'm trying to get the prophecies which give me unique amulets. These are, like, pretty expensive, actually. They're also ×4. Alright. So yeah, and then I also like that you, you know, you don't have to, like, go to waypoint. Like, the traveling is, like, pretty easy. You can pretty much access everything from everywhere with one click. Like, you just have to, like, press F and you open the forge right away. Like, I like these kind of little things in games. I don't remember which timeline I was on, though. I think it was this one, right? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, obviously the mechanics of this game are, like, worse than the ones of Diablo 4. Wait, is this gonna reset it? No, it's not. Okay. The core game is not as good as Diablo 4, but the content is just so much better. Yeah, there's probably, like, a gazillion usernames on PoE, right? I wonder when the new season starts. I probably want to do it. Oh wow, this guy hurts. Look at this, they're my unique... Ow! That was my amulet, right? Yes, this... So, this is the amulet I want to have, right? So... This is gonna give me, like, 1,000,000 extra damage. I know I'm gonna lose my throwing attack speed, but I was searching for this amulet all the time. And again, like, this is something awesome about the game, right? I'm picking, like, prophecies all the time, which give me unique amulets, because I'm searching for this one unique amulet. And you know what? Now I got it. I didn't have to farm, like, 1,000,000 Uber Duriels. I just get it, like, for free, basically. And now I do, like, significantly more damage. doesn't have... And now here's the thing, right? I have the amulet now, but it doesn't have legendary potential, right? So I have the amulet, but no legendary potential. So what am I gonna do now? I'm just gonna continue, because I want to find the same amulet with legendary potential, right? So I can slam, like, and craft it, make it better. And so even though I got the item I want, I can still find the same item, which is going to be significantly better, while I can also like already use the one I have now. So that is just a super awesome system, I feel like. And these things are just missing in D4, like meaningful stuff to do. Just what it is. And now I'm obviously always going to be out of mana, but, you know, gotta fix that to get, like... So, now I changed my amulet, and now I don't have enough mana anymore, right? So now I need to kind of, you know, craft on a different item to get a little bit of more mana regeneration on there. Because now, like, I feel like I'm not having enough. Pretty, like, clunky if you don't have mana. These snakes are actually crazy. Like, there's so many bosses here. I have all this stuff here. And like mana like works a little different in this game. You have like a big mana pool, but you have low regeneration. And that's like... Now it's lagging again. I don't know why it's so laggy. But I'm gonna like be done anyway soon. So you have like a very big mana pool, but you have low mana regeneration. And that's like completely different to all the other like games in the like vertical basically. Because you always have like a small mana pool and high regeneration. And here, you know, the first half of the monoliths I can basically cast because my mana pool is full. And at some point I'm gonna reach like the bottom and then I, you know, getting mana issues. It's like a little bit different. Like also almost a little bit strange. This is like a boss monolith once again. I like to play these because you get like so many drops here. But yeah. And then, you know, if I would do this in D4, like, you know, have like 3 chest tabs full of items, I would be depressed. And here I'm actually looking forward going through them. So I just need to find like some new mana regeneration. Probably like on... It's probably gotta be on my weapon. So basically what I can do now is I can go through all the weapons I found, right? Okay, I can go through all the wands and scepters. Let's take them here. And could also search for them, but I think I can like figure this out on my own. And I can just look at them and see if I have anything good which I can put mana regeneration on. Right, so this one is not. This one already has mana regeneration, but crap stats. This one has good damage, lightning penetration, so this has a free... But it only has like 21 spell damage, so I don't want to use this. This one is garbage. What about this? This one is garbage as well. This has lightning damage, crit multi. which is, you know, maybe a good base. This has crit multi, this is garbage. This has also might be a good base if I do some. No, it's not a good base. And this one is also terrible. So basically I have one which is okay now.
Yes.
So it's like the
Yes.
so be buying these rooms by the way. So I have one which is okay, which is this one. Oops. And now I can forge this, right? So I basically want to have mana regeneration, which well, basically I would have to remove a crit multi for mana regeneration, but I don't want to have physical penetration, so I would start with removal. See if we can remove the affix we don't want here. So it's already bricked, right? We can throw it away.
Yes.
But yeah, this is like the way you can get like an item which like helps you. What honestly, PoE skill tree is not that bad as it looks like actually. If you like, first of all, you can always use a build guide, but if you do a little bit of research, it's way more simple than it seems. Like the passes are actually not so difficult. And most of the nodes are like kind of duplicated, so you can use them for multiple classes, but it is not so complicated. It looks very complicated in the very beginning if you first look at it, but if you, you know, if you follow a guide and play the game for a couple of hours, like for 10, 20, 30 hours, somewhere around that, you will start understanding the skill tree actually, and, you know, will see, hey, I basically need, you know, some more resistance here. I want to have some more chaos resistance, and then we will just search the skill tree. You will understand the difference between increased damage and more damage, and you will see what you want to look for in the skill tree, which nodes are powerful, which nodes are not so powerful, and it's actually not so difficult. It just feels like, I think it's overwhelming in the very beginning when you look at it, but then you will get into it like pretty fast actually. And they're gonna make the skill trees easier in PoE too, right? So they're not gonna be that difficult anymore. Maybe I could go with gloves also. I think there's gloves with mana regeneration as well. Remember that when they didn't have search in D4? So what my gloves are just... Well, I basically just care about throwing attack speed at this point, right? So we want to have mana regeneration and throwing attack speed, which is this one, but it's not rare. I cannot really... Well, I could actually craft it, but I don't think it has good affixes. It's a tier 3, just... Probably not, right? Speed. Level 86, can wear it. Okay, so I don't have a good one. Even if I would craft this one here. Can you even get mana regeneration here? No. So this is like useless for me, fortunately. Yep. These are all useless, unfortunately.
Yes. Take care.
Anything else I can use? How much? Obviously, yes, you like also if you play PoE, you will notice that it's an old game. It plays pretty slow. It's a little clunky from the mechanics, definitely. So you will definitely notice when you're playing PoE that it's an old game. Absolutely. But it's still a good
Yes.
game.
Take care.
So I have nothing with mana regeneration on, really. Like, I don't think it can be on a shield. It can be on a chest armor. I mean, my chest armor already has like 34%, but might be able to get more. Can you get mana regeneration on this? But you can get flat or percent. So I guess we are not gonna get any mana regeneration on here as well.
Yes.
That's bad.
Take care.
How about belts? So my belt has 34% mana rec. And what does it have? Just health, basically. So I have health and mana rec. This has like hybrid health. Nah. Still gonna keep this one here. The hybrid health mod. But the other ones are all pretty useless.
Yes.
No luck for me. Didn't I have any like item which I wanted to keep with mana rec? Nope. Nope. So really, I just need like a weapon with mana regeneration at this point. Well, what are you gonna do, right? You can have it on a ring though. But my rings are like already so good. Like these are like pretty bad. This is throwing attack speed. Not too bad. Would be better than this one here, right? Just has like a little bit of resistances. This one also already has the stat. So let's just look at these real quick here. This one is bad. This one has the tier 6 with mana regeneration implicit. It's also not too bad. So let's look at these three, right? So we have this one here. Why is there like a chest piece in here? We have this one here, which has can it get mana regeneration? So mana regeneration is the prefix. So if we would we could like gamble to remove a prefix here. 50-50, right? So this is what I like about the crafting, right? This is has a pretty good tier 6 here, and so we can try now to remove a prefix. I think there's also like a glyph which changes a prefix to an affix, right? What is that? No, was it a rune? What is it? Adds random tier 1 affix to all empty. No, removes the random affix. Wasn't it Glyph of Chaos or something like that? Huh. I thought there was something which can do this. Randomly to a different one that can spawn in the item type. Cannot change a prefix. Ah, okay, it cannot. Okay, so this doesn't matter. So let's do removal here and try to hit the damage over time. Wonderful. Great game. So now we can put Mana Rack on here. But Mana Rack is also going to be the throwing attack speed, by the way. So I feel like... How much are the implicit range? 12%? Maybe I don't want to do this, because this is actually a pretty good ring. Maybe I will just use this to reduce my mana cost. I think that's the better way here. So let's put throwing attack speed on here. Look at this craft, man. So... what do we have left? We can get... what is this? Just resistance, right? And health. Health sounds good, right? Health. So now let's look at the... well, maybe I want to change the implicits here. Let's do the rune of shaping here. And I want to have more mana rack on the implicit. Oh, well, at least I got 1%. So, anyway, like this ring. So now I have like a second -4. So if I remove this -3, like if you see my mana cost on Hammer Throw is actually 2, right? So if I change this ring now, my mana cost goes to 1. So I will not have any mana issues with this anymore. So this is actually a pretty good craft here. Let's put this away. This is pretty cool, actually. I like this. So now, like, as you can see, my mana is infinite now. Which is actually pretty cool. I don't think I even need the mana regeneration on my gear anymore now. Because literally, like... I think I could remove all the mana rack. It's like, even if I like burn down my mana to 0 now, right? Let's just burn it. So now I'm at 0. Right, and now I can still do infinite hammers. Anyway, I'm gonna call it for today. So I'm happy I don't have to play the Gauntlet anymore. I'm sorry, but I just cannot do it anymore. So I'm gonna do some more last Epoch until the next season. I will make a season wrap-up video like one of these days. But yeah, so that's about it. So